Hello, 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 and welcome back down the rabbit's hole. It's Icarus 480, and this is the series finale of Icarus Storytime, Episode 3, Prison Edition, the all-anal final chapter. If you guys haven't seen Episode 1 or 2, once again, there is no recap, so go ahead and skedaddle over there, then come back right here. Very quickly, I want to give a shout out to my boy Giselle Doodles on Instagram for the thumbnail artwork as well as all the other little cartoons he does for my channel. Give his ass a follow on Instagram. That is at JOZCELL.doodles, DOODLES. Fuck yeah. So let's jump straight into this. There I was, chain around my waist, handcuffed snugly to that bitch, and shackles tightly around my legs. They put me in the back of a cop car. It's a nice overcast sky, and I start driving down a rural road, the same road that we took to get to the jail that I'm leaving from. So that means we now have to go through the city that I used to live in. As we approach the city on the way to my prison, I start seeing a lot of memorable places, right? The Circle K with my friend Patty that we got chased out of because we were stealing Doritos. Oh shit, there's my high school. Hey, I remember I did a spray painting somewhere over here. Oh my god, there it is. I can't believe they haven't covered it up. Oh, look, there's my old neighborhood. I can see my house. Goodbye, everybody. See you later. So we start driving to the Bowser's Castle, and the last time when I originally got arrested and driving to my jail, it took forever, right? Because I was so nervous. This time I was 10 times as nervous, but the drive went by so fast. It was like we were in the fucking Millennium Falcon or some shit. We start driving and I zone out for 10 minutes, and this is supposed to be a 2-hour drive. I, pull up to ask the fucking driver, hey, Mr. Taxi Man, how much further do we have? It's about 10 minutes. Jesus Christ, all right, we're really about to dive head first in this shit. So we pull up to this fortress, right? I'm going down this dirt road. The first thing I notice is these giant 15 to 20 foot fences, right? The front fence is 15 to 20 feet tall. From the bottom to the top is covered with barbed wire and some. And then the second fence behind it is fucking 15 to 20 feet tall with barbed wire on the bottom to the top and some. So I'm thinking to myself, great, no way I'm escaping out of this motherfucker. So finally we meet up with this group of corrections officers and a little pig poochie. Dude rolls down the window. We got one from Spinell County. All right, cool, the routine. So they pop open all the doors. Dude turns around and says, hey, don't get out. Okay, so they start searching everything, looking around, the crevices of the seat and stuff like that. And pop open the trunk, start searching the trunk, looking under the car with mirrors. While all this is happening, the driver is casually reading a newspaper. And I'm like, dude, why are they searching the car? And he's like, oh, they have to search us before, we go into the prison. So I think to myself, well, great. They don't even trust him. And he's one of them. So if anything happens to me, are they gonna trust me? If I come up to them with some shit that's, whatever I need, they're gonna be like, get the fuck out of here, you worm. We don't believe you. Great, man. I have great insight to how my customer service is gonna be here. So we pull up to this little building that looks like an adobe. I walk through this little door, and this corridor that's orangely lit. And at the end of this corridor, you can see into this big room, and that's filled with a bunch of new intakes for the prison. They're all popping their head out, looking at me and seeing who I am, if it's anyone they recognize, or just sizing me up. I have no idea. But as I'm looking at all these eyes looking at me, this big-ass corrections officer just storms in, right? Fat-ass motherfucker. Comes in, they exchange paperwork, he's like, all right, let's go in here. So he takes me in the bathroom. I strip butt-ass naked. Do the strip search thing, wave out the hair with the ears, open the mouth, squat and cough. I'm like, hey, I know how to do this now. Bruh. So he gives me my uniform, a towel, a little packet of shampoo and conditioner. I jump in the shower, take a quick shower, dry off. We take my mug shot, fingerprint me, and then they put me in this room filled with angels. there was all these young ass nurses, and bro, I mean, I've been surrounded by dick and balls for the past few months. Like, I am in heaven. I sit down and there's this fucking nurse and she's questioning me like, all right, like, I see you have ADHD, like, okay, are you sexually active? I'm like, girl, you have no idea. Okay, are you hung like a horse? Yes, ma'am. All right, I bet. Let's sign him off, and then I got put into the intake bowl, the fish tank, whatever. Now, when I went in there, I realized, okay, fantasy over. Like, now, here we are. Started thinking about what I was told in jail by my cholo homies, you know what I mean? You gotta find the biggest, baddest motherfucker, and you gotta beat his ass. So I scan the room, and I see the biggest motherfucker. And there's an empty seat right next to him, and of course they're like, sit next to him. Okay, so I go and sit next to him. So I start thinking, what's my next move? Do I just start kicking his ass? Do I, make it be known, like, yo, fuck all of you, like, what's up, bro, and beat his ass? Do I wait for him to test me and then kick his ass? Do I really want to kick his ass? I'm supposed to be here for 30 days and they need to evaluate me. Like, if I come in here and 30 seconds later I start beating the shit out of some dude for no reason, like, how's that going to make me look? I don't know what to do here. So, as I'm thinking, I come to the conclusion, like, I'm just going to let him try to test me. If he tries to test me, I'm going to stand my ground. I'm going to show that I'm not going to back down. So I'm sitting there and just waiting, not saying anything to anybody. And he turns to me and he's like, hey. And I'm like, what's up, dude? What? What's up? And he's like, how are you? I'm like, I'm all right. How are you? I'm great. What's your name? I'm Icarus Ford. Oh, yo, Pinal County. What's up, bro? Oh, cool. I'm Domingo. I'm from this county. What are you in for? Probation violation? Oh, yeah, did you get it? What charge? Criminal damage? Oh, I'm in here for probation violation, too. Yeah, no, like, this and that happened, and, yeah, but before that, like, this and that, and, like, I've only been locked up one other time, and this is my first time actually getting committed. I'm kind of nervous, like, I don't know what's gonna go on. So I'm sitting here, like, okay, like, this guy's fucking cool, man. Like, so I start, like, really talking to him, like, yeah, I saw, dude, like, it was Floyd, oh, yo, like, yeah, dude, just getting to know this guy. This guy's dope as fuck. And I'm like, dude, I want to beat his ass. Like, he's like a giant teddy bear. He's adorable. I'm having a glorious conversation with him, and all of a sudden they call me out of the room and pull me to medical to do a physical. So I'm like, bye, best friend. See you later. Like, jump on the golf cart, start driving down this facility. Now, this intake process was all done at the females facility, so it's all the majority of the facility is females. They just kind of give me a little mini tour on the way to the medical center. Oh, this is where you're going to have recreation. There's your schooling. Over there are the units for the men. Over there are the units for the girls. That's your lunchroom. Okay, we're here at medical. So we pull up in the medical. They grab my balls, make me cough, do all that shit, take my blood, whatever. And, weigh me, whatever. So as I'm waiting for my transport to take me back to the intake, there's this little radio playing on the desk in front of me for, like, the secretary or whatever in the medical unit, and it's playing this country music radio station. And it started playing Folsom Prison Blues by Johnny Cash. I hear that train a-comin', it's rolling around the bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on. And I start to, like, have this thought, I guess you can say. Now, the man that introduced me to Johnny Cash, who I always, the majority of the time I ever listened to Johnny Cash, was with my grandfather. And I just felt like he was with me at that moment. Like, that was meant to happen. Like, be reminded at that moment before I actually got pushed further into this system. Like, Grandpa's here. He's making fun of me. Yo, you're in Folsom Prison now, yo. Like, be strong, kid, kind of thing. So I told myself, fuck this. It's 30 days. It's 30 fucking days. I'm going to get out of this. I'm not going to beat anyone's ass. I'm going to keep my head down low and, do what I got to do. So I get back on the golf cart to get taken back to intake. I'm sitting there chopping it up with my big old, teddy bear friend. And now I'm sitting down to some administrator or someone from the prison finally, because the only people I've talked to at this point are corrections officers and medical staff. So now I'm talking to someone like, Mr. 480. Like, yeah, that's me. Like, all right, I do see that you were charged with criminal damage, class 3 felony, probation violation. I see here you were sentenced for the 30-day minimum. That is correct. All right, did they explain to you, any of that to you in court? Yeah, they sure did. So they told me after 30 days, you guys are going to decide whether I'm a danger to myself or society, and if I'm not, then I'm going to be released. They were like, well, yeah, essentially, you have it correct to a certain degree. However, you need your level 4 to get out of here. What the fuck does that mean? Well, right now, you're in intake, and you're going to be housed in 21 days, which is approximately 3 weeks. So after you get housed, a week later, you're going to have your level 2. If you are eligible for it, and you're eligible by not, violating code of conduct, listening to staff, this and that, going up and above and beyond to, help the community, this and that. Then you'll get your level 1. And then from there, 30 days later, you'll get your level 2. Then 30 days later, you'll get your level 3. Then 30 days later, you'll get your level 4. I'm going to be in here for 5 fucking months. If you follow conduct, yeah. If you are a role model prisoner, yes. So now, basically that episode of SpongeBob where they're all running around losing their minds inside of SpongeBob's head and everything's on fire is going on and I'm losing my shit. Like, no, yo. I've mentally prepared myself to be here for 30 days, not 5 fucking months. What the fuck? So I like basically have a nervous breakdown at this point. Like, dude, what the fuck? Now my case still could have been appealed. My sentencing could have been appealed. We could have went through the appeal process and got it seen by a different judge to try to get a different opinion with all the things that the court asked of me that I passed with flying colors. And, my mom was going to use the fact that my probation officer is a corrupt cocksucker that wouldn't do anything for my better rehabilitation, instead just sent me to prison. We were going to do that, but before I moved from the jail to the prison, my mom's like, you know what, you're only going to be in there 30 days. We're not going to do it. So I was like, okay, whatever, I'll do it. Now, that's all gone to shit. So I go sit back next to the teddy bear, and all this is happening in my mind, like, yo, I need to tell them to appeal this. The dude's trying to talk to me. I'm like, dude, not right now. Like, just give me a little bit to relax. And he's like, oh, okay, whatever. And they pull me in to see some counselor. And the counselor's sitting there assessing me while my mind is blown up like a firecracker. When he's done, I'm like, dude, I'm freaking out right now. Can I please call my mom? And he's like, no, you'll get a phone call eventually. I'm like, I really need to call my mom. It's about my fucking case. Like, I need to call my mom right now. I'm freaking the fuck out. So we kind of go back and forth for a little bit. He's like, I will grant you 1 minute on the phone. And after that, then you're done. I was like, okay, cool. So I call my mom and it immediately goes to voicemail. I'm like, fuck. So I'm like, dude, can you call my dad? He's like, you have 30 seconds. I'm like, okay. Calls my dad. My dad answers. I'm like, code red. Fucking appeal the goddamn case. I'm going to be here for 5 months, not 30 days. Appeal the case. I only have 30 seconds to talk to you. He's like, okay, keep your head up, dude. We'll come visit you. I was like, all right. And I hung up. All right, at least my dad knows what the fuck's going on. So now I go back, sit down next to Teddy Bear, and I just start venting to him. Like, dude, can you believe this shit? Like, they told me I was going to be in here 30 days, and now they're telling me this. And like, oh, yeah, no, man. They told that or a lot of people are going through the same thing you are because they're here for 30 days, and now they're figuring out they're going to be here for months. I'm like, fuck. So I'm just sitting there. Night passes, or day turns to night. They bring us dinner. Now, all I've had is jail food for the past couple months, with the exception of when I got that furlough. All I've had is jail food. And it's horrible. So I'm like, great, dinner. Like, let's eat whatever dog food they throw at us. So we get this weird noodles with like ground beef and shit in it, and like corn and like mashed potatoes. It is incredible, bro. Amazing. Just like the best fucking meal I've had in a minute. So full, so delicious. I was like, bro, all right, at least the food here is good. Like, that's the one cool thing. So we all line up. we're now getting placed in our intake housing units. So basically, this housing facility looked like a giant X, right? So all like this is a lot like a hall of cells. This is a hall of cells. This is a hall of cells. This is a hall of cells. In the middle of this building is the day room where they have, you know, offices and whatever. And then so there's two buildings, one here, one here. And now they start splitting us up in two different ones. Shout out to Chopsticks. They start splitting us up in two different, you know, one goes here, one goes there, one goes here, one goes there. You know, my homie, big old teddy bear dude, got moved in my unit, which was kind of cool because, like, cool, this guy's pretty chill dude. At least I know I have a friend here. And he's a big ass motherfucker. Like, I get on his good side, maybe he'll fuck someone up for me, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I go in my cell, which is considerably nicer than my last cell. You know, my last cell didn't have a pillow. We used to have to take our toilet paper, wrap it up with a sheet, and then lay on it. Now this mat had a built-in pillow in it, so I was like, dude, that's lit. They had a dresser with no drawers sitting there, so I was like, cool, now I can, you know, hang stuff up, make it look nice and tidy. It's considerably bigger than my last cell. Okay, every cloud has a silver lining, right? Sit down, get a little comfortable, and I hear, hey, are you there? Is that you, God? Like, what the fuck who's talking? Yo, come to the vent, man. So I see this vent above my toilet. So I go over there, stand on top of the toilet, start talking in the vent. Hello? Dude starts talking to me and says, hey man, what's your name? Where are you from? What are you in for? So I fill him with the deets, you know? Oh, okay. Yo, my roommate just went to next door today, and he's from that jail. Do you know him? His name's James. Like, James Sullivan? Yeah. Like, yeah, man, I know that guy. It was this kid from the last jail who got sent here a little bit before me. Apparently he got moved. I'm like, oh, dude, that's awesome. I hope he's doing good, you know? He's like, yeah, man, like, just keep in mind, man, don't listen to what anyone's ever told you about this place and all that shit they tell you in jail. Like, it's not really like that. You keep your head down low, you're gonna be all right, dude. Like, just show respect, you get respect. I'm like, all right, thanks for the prep talk, God. So I go to sleep. Now, the next couple days is just getting to know the schedule, wake up, do this weird meeting. Like, they fucking talked about their goals for the day. Like, my goal for the day is to not bitch slap someone, and just weird shit like that. And like, they would talk about the problems in the community. So they're like, yo, is there any problems in the community? Like, yeah, 8-Ball, I don't like how you whistle at night. It keeps me up. Like, well, 8-Ball, well, Bulldog, you know, I whistle at night because, you know, I want to make beats, you know? It's therapeutic to me, bruh. So now I'm sitting in this giant convict version of the Jersey Shore. And I'm like, all right, this is my life, whatever. And so from there, we're just learning the routine. We go out to recreation. I start seeing kids from the jail that I was recently at that I recognize. I start talking to them. They're like, yo, I can't believe they committed you. I'm like, yep, me neither, but I'm here. Just chilling out with them, playing a lot of basketball, come back, go to lunch, have an amazing lunch. Again, the food is fucking phenomenal in prison. Just getting used to everything, yo. Schooling and, you know, fucking we're sitting in, small classes of learning the code of conduct and basically becoming a part of the herd, right? They're giving us our brand. So a couple days pass. My parents come to visit me for the first time. We sit down, you know, hugs and kisses, you know, oh yeah, dude, it's all right here. I kind of like it better than the jail, like, given what I'm seeing so far and like this and that. All right, fuck all that. Let's talk about my case. How are we going to get me out of here? So you guys are going to appeal it, or like, do I have to write a letter? Like, what do we got to do? So my mom's like, look, we've like talked to someone from the staffing here and they just basically filled us in with the whole process, and it's going to take a lot longer than you're pretty much going to be here to do it. Like, appeals are for someone that's maybe in here for like a year or a couple years, but like, you're only going to be in here for like at the most like 5 to 6 months. So our best course of action is just to let it flow, and you got to just do what you got to do. And like, we're going to be here for you. Like, we're going to come visit you, and we're going to make sure there's money on your books, and anything you need, you know, you call us. We're going to write you letters. We're going to have people write you letters. And I'm just like, fuck. You know, I had this giant glass of hope that was in front of me, and it shattered. It's just gone. But like, it wasn't like, oh no, oh my God, it's gone. It was like, well, it really can't get any worse than this. Like, there's nothing I can do. I fucked up, but whatever. Let's fucking do it. So I start living the convict life, right? Doing what I have to do, going through this repetitive process, man. And I wish I could give you like murders and rapings and this and that. But in reality, jail is boring as fuck. Prison is fucking boring. You wake up, go to breakfast, come back, go to rec, leave, come back, take a shower, sit down and play Uno, go to school, go to dinner, go to bed. So day. So now I'm getting involved in all the prison shit, right? Like, getting like all the drama and shit, you know. I've seen a couple cool fights here and like threatening there, a couple close fights, you know, just all the drama, just being a part of that shit, right? So time passes, we now reach a month. Now I'm supposed to be up for my review, get housed, get my level 1, be on the fucking, you know, rolling of the wheel to freedom. The fucking day comes where they start moving everyone from my intake class, I guess you could say, one by one. 95% of these people are gone, and I'm not. So another day passes by, nothing. Another day passes by, nothing. Another day passes by, nothing. 2 weeks pass by, nothing. Another 2 weeks pass by, nothing. It's like literally now I'm 30 days beyond that shit, like 2 months, and I'm like trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. They're like, yeah, well, you have been assessed. It's just in your unit there's no room, so you have to stay here. So I'm thinking to myself, well, can I get my level so I can work on my second level? They're like, no, you have to be housed there to get your level. So now I'm like a month and a half, almost 2 months in, still in intake, not getting my levels. So I'm fucking pissed, dude. Now, I was making a lot of friends and I was making a lot of enemies because there was this fucking dickhead there who like was just out to get me for some reason. I never did anything to him. He just saw me as a weak target, so he just started talking shit to me, started calling me gay. He started telling people that he knew me in real life, and it's like, yeah, I went to his high school. I know you had a boyfriend and all that shit. So now people thinking I'm gay, and I'm like, bruh, like I ain't gay, homie, but $20 is $20. I'm like, dude, the fuck? So like, I like hate this dude, man. Like, I want to beat the shit out of him, but I don't want to do it because fucking I could stay here. I don't want to stay here any longer than I can. So like, I'm still good with the kids that are that I think are cool and shit like that. You know, he's a fucking asshole, and I'm not chilling out with his crowd, and it just is building up. So I'm just gonna let that hang out for a second, talk about them shaving my head. So when you originally come to this prison, you have to get your head shaved. But I didn't have to do it because I'm Native American. I'm, enrolled in the Tohono O'odham reservation. So I had, documentation stating that you can't touch me. It's a religious right for Native American to have their hair. So I didn't have to cut my hair. But eventually, like, it's before I thought long hair was cool. Like, I didn't think I could rock long hair. It just started getting longer and longer and, like, covering my eyes, and I fucking just hated it. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna cut my hair. So I fucking got my hair just straight fucking bald. And I was like, all right, cool. And I looked in the mirror and I fucking immediately regretted it, dude. I looked like a mouse or like a fucking naked mole rat. I was like, oh my God, what did I do? My parents had no idea I did this. They came to visit me the next day. I'm like, what's up, dude? My dad's like, you look like one of the 3 fucking stooges, dude. And yeah, so that was pretty funny. Days go by. I'm still not getting housed. Fuck me, right? So we start having this anger management treatment or some type of counseling that they have the prisoners go through. And I'm telling the story of my grandpa and everything that went on with my grandpa. And that dude who's like calls me gay and shit, like started laughing when I told him that, like basically explained how my grandpa passed away and like, in the middle of a heartfelt story. And it was so disrespectful. I wanted to get up and just beat right there, just beat the shit out of that motherfucker. So I realized I'm not going to do it then. Like, I'm not just going to get up and kick his ass. Like, whatever. I went back to my cell and I got fucking just so fucking sick to my stomach. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight if I don't fucking rock that dude's world. So I'm just starting, Eye of the Tigers playing in my mind, you know what I mean? And like I'm sitting there getting ready because they still have to pull us out to do medical, for people that have to take night medications, which is me and him. He's across the cell from me. I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna beat the fuck out of him. So I'm waiting there for them to call me for medical. Sure enough, the door opens. The guy walks in. He's like, Ramon, roll up. I'm like, what? He's like, grab your stuff. You're getting moved. I'm like, no fucking way. All right, sweet. I was about to go to fucking segregation, bro. Like, let's do this. So I pack up all my stuff. They move me to next door, which is the men's prison facility. And I finally got, a housing unit. So I leave. Dude's thinking, you fucking faggot. Yeah, have fun, fucking dudes and all that shit. Like, whatever. Fuck you, dude. I'm out of here. So I go up to the fence. Again, there's two giant fences, right? And one separates the women, one separates the men, and there's like a no man's land in between. So I get to the fence, and there's the other dudes at the fence. They make me walk across, and then they hand them the paperwork. They give them the paperwork, and then there I go. So now I'm walking. There's a truck there. I'm thinking I'm getting the truck. They're like, no, you're going to walk in front of us. We're going to follow you down this road. It's freezing cold. I don't remember if it was October or November, one of those. It was cold, basically. So I get to the medical unit. They do another little passing of medical records and stuff like that, and then they put me in my unit. So everyone was locked down. I just went into my cell, went to sleep, woke up, went to breakfast, came back. That was when I had the first kind of interaction with everybody. Just got to know everybody. Everyone seemed cool. There was like some hotheads or people that talked all fucking gangster and shit, bro. Like, what I mean, dude, like fuck. So like, I don't know, just a weird crowd of kids. Yeah. So I meet all the staff and everything like that. Here I am. Now I am so used to intake's fucking schedule. Now I got to get used to this schedule. So couple weeks pass by, fucking learning the schedule, fucking going to school. Like I said, I wish I could really stretch this out, but it's just fucking boring. Wake up, go to school, eat your breakfast, this and that, right? Just learning the whole routine. About a good month passes. Within the middle of that month, I finally get my level 2, so I'm on the road to freedom. I'm just kind of, getting involved with the whole prison body. So I start instigating a lot of things, like a lot of dramas happening in the pod. So I'm stirring the pot. I want to see people fight, bro. Like dude, like any moment I could get, like, yo, these two dudes are hating. All right, let me walk up to this one dude. Yo, you know what I heard about him? Like, I heard that he's calling you a bitch, fool. And he's like, what? Yo, he's calling me a bitch? Like, yeah, dude, like, I mean, shit, do what you gotta do, bro. And then I walk up to the other guy, be like, yo, dude, here he's calling you a pussy. I'm really just trying to get dudes to fight for my own entertainment. But fuck it, dude, what else are you gonna do? So, time's passing. I'm playing a lot of Uno and chess and, trying to do push-ups and reading the Bible because, everyone finds God in prison. I find out about this underground trading system, right? You have the artist who will customize a drawing for you, and he's really good, right? He'll sell you a drawing for, 2 chocolate milks, whatever. You have the guy who got a lot of the 15-minute free phone calls. You give him a couple cookies, he'll hook you up with the free 15 minutes, right? Hustling is everywhere. You got the guy with the topless magazine cutouts. You want to jerk off to something that's not in your spank bank? Homie will hook you up for some macaroni and cheese. So I was like, man, I really want to get on one of these hustles, Like, I want to find something I can do. We're going to keep that in mind. So this guy comes up to me, one of these hustlers, and he's like, hey, bro, you want some pussy? I'm like, what? He's like, do you want some pussy? So now I'm thinking he's trying to offer me sexual favors. I'm like, nah, dude, I'm good, bro. Like, my hand's all right, dude. Like, I don't swing that way. Like, I'm all right. And he's like, nah, bro, a fifi. I'm like, what the fuck is a fifi? He's like, let me explain it to you, man. So he was getting ready for a shower. So he had his towel. So he wraps up a towel, just like this, right? And he's like, all right, so you take a rubber glove. You put the rubber glove inside the towel, right? You wrap the rubber glove around the towel. Then you put lotion inside the rubber glove, and you can use your imagination for the rest, my friend. So that intrigued me. Okay, I haven't been with a woman in a good number of months. I'm tired of jerking off. You sold me, man. Okay, where do I get a rubber glove? He's like, I got you on a rubber glove for 2 cookies. Okay, man. When dinner comes, I'll hook you up with 2 cookies. You know, I had already bought from commissary at that point, so I had lotion and shampoo and stuff like that. So lunchtime comes, I hook him up with 2 cookies. I take my shower, whatever. We take our showers. Now we showered alone, thank God. He walked into the shower before me, and he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna leave it right here. Walk in after me." I'm like, all right. So he takes a shower. I come out. There's a rubber glove right there. So I'm like, cool. I hide it. Take a shower. Come out. Go to my cell. Hide the rubber glove. You know, chill out for a little bit. Then nighttime. We're locked down. I put my restroom sign over my my window, right? So it gives you a good 5-minute leeway. I grab the rubber glove. I wrap up my towel just like he showed me. Put some lotion in that bitch. Then I put the fucking glove on the towel just like he showed me, and let's get it on. Oh, baby, let's get it on. A porno theater starts playing in my head. I shove this thing in my dick and I start fucking the shit out of this inanimate object, dude. And it's fucking bomb, bro. And I'm like, yeah, you like that, you dirty bitch? And this is the first time I fucked a rubber glove. So I realized, yo, I'm probably gonna give this guy a lot more cookies. That was low-key awesome. So yeah, I'm fully in this bitch now, living my life, doing what I gotta do. Time's passing by, more times, another month, level 2, whatever. So now I start getting in trouble because fucking, you know, I'm talking back, you know, people are testing me, so I'm showing that, yo, I ain't no bitch, son, like, I'm, you know, fuck you, son, like, shit, and like, disorderly conduct violations, stuff like that. So I start getting put on like bad weeks, right? That's what they call it. So essentially what that means is you got to sit by your cell whenever anyone has free time or shower time or recreation. Like, you can't do any cool activities. You just got to sit down. You can't fucking mingle with anyone. You can't talk to anyone. So I was, during that period of time, I was just hitting the books, dude, reading fucking Stephen King. Read It, Pet Cemetery. He has this 4-part novel called 4 Seasons, which were made, like 3 of the short stories are made into movies. That is The Shawshank Redemption, Apt Pupil, the movie Stand By Me was in there, some other one. I read a lot of John Grisham, Marley and Me, I've fuck ton of stuff, man. The Da Vinci Code. Yeah, so just hitting the books, you know what I'm saying? Now, time's passing, you know, same routine, hating my life, counting down the days, dude. Just counting them down one by one. Now, every now and then, this big black corrections guard would walk in. Now, he literally looked exactly like the Black Doctor from The Simpsons. And he would come in and he'd be like Santa Claus to everyone. Everyone was like, oh, Sarge, like, ah, oh, everyone's all stoked to see him and shit. And he was a dope dude. I never really talked to him until like a couple like month and a half into my stay. Start chopping it up with him, and I'm just doing me, you know, being eccentric as fuck, and, you know, just Icarus foot, oh yeah. And yeah, no, he's like laughing, you know, we're, you know, chilling together, whatever. So one day he comes into the unit, and he's like, I need someone to help me out. And everyone's like, yo, I want to do it. He's like, no, I need him. He points at me. I'm like, okay, like, let's fucking do this, dude. Whatever. So we get into his truck, and we start driving, and like, I thought I was going to clean some shit or something. No, this dude just starts driving around. Nowhere. Like, there's really no destination. He's driving further away from the housing portion of the prison and taking me further out into nothing, like basically the football field and stuff. And as we're driving, you know, he's like, do you want a Coca-Cola? I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, I want a Coke. So he's like, grab me one too. There's a cooler down there. So I pull out a little lunchbox, pull out 2 Coca-Colas, and give him one. I drink the other. I'm like, yo, this guy's dope as fuck. Like, whatever. And this is where time stood still. And I began to realize what might be happening. This guy's going to sexually molest me. And he's a prison guard. And he's a sergeant, which means he doesn't have to answer to any of them. He can keep me out here as long as he wants. We're in his car driving around the prison, literally away from everybody. And he's a fucking way bigger than me. I'm about to get raped. I always thought I was going to get raped by a fucking inmate if it happened, but no, it's going to be a prison guard. And I remember the prison guards, when I first came here, how they didn't even trust the guy driving me to the fucking place. Are they going to believe me that the sergeant raped me? I'm freaking out now, like, oh my God, this is really about to go down. So I turned to him and I asked him, what's going on? And I felt his hand gently caress my thigh. And I said, I understand what's going on, and I'm not going to fight it. So I just took my pants off. I'm just kidding. What? So no, I asked him, yo, where are we going? And he's like, we're just going for a cruise, man. Are you bored? Are you bored in there? I'm bored. We're just driving around. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So this guy's like taking me around and just telling me stories. Like, yeah, you see this corner right here with all the barbed wire? Yeah. One time we had 2 inmates tie up a guard at night and use his keys to try to escape, and this is where they were found. They didn't get really far. Oh, over here in the football field, one time this kid got stabbed by another kid who made a shank out of Jolly Ranchers. And from here, you see all the way medical down there? There was a blood trail all the way over there. And just starts topping it up with me, just being super fucking chill. I'm like, all right, cool. And then like he takes me back, or like we're on our way back. I'm like, yo, why'd you pull me out of the unit? Like, I don't really know you, dude. And he's like, well, you know, I don't really want to deal with all these blood and crip motherfuckers. Like, you're actually one of the most sane, normal people I've met for a minute. So I just thought you were a cool dude, man. Might as well get to know you. I was like, all right, man. Kind of weird, but whatever. So after that, there's maybe 1 or 2 more times he pulled me aside and hung out with me like that. So I got, good terms with him. I don't remember his name to this day, and it bothers the fuck out of me. But yeah, so time's still passing. I'm still living the fucking convict life. Seeing fights go down, just living every day, doing what I need to do. I start coming up with stupid jingles and stuff the whole time. I'm just getting through the days. I start singing that Johnny Cash song I heard when I first got here. It reminds me of my grandpa, Folsom Prison Blues. Every night I wake up, say I have fucking 90 more days left. I wake up in the morning, I'm like, zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. I'm getting out of jail in 90 more days. Plenty of sunshine headed my way. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. And then the next day would be 89 more days, and 87 more days, and 86 more days. Time's passing by. Then another night, sorry, I lost my train of thought. Another night, that dude comes and pulls me out. I'm probably 3 months in now. Pulls me out. I think we're going to go out, chill out, hang out, do what he's done to me before. Just, chill and molest me. No, he actually pulls me into this big trailer. He's like, all right, I actually need you to, move these boxes over here. I'm going to pick up the boxes. We're going to move them out. And, yeah, we gotta get rid of all this shit. So I'm like, all right. So I start working, moving the boxes. He picks them up, takes them about 25 yards away to a garbage can, comes back, picks up the ones I'm moving. So during this movement, I find a box of pencils, golf pencils. And I fucking was like, yo, it's the holy grail, dude. Like, I've been trying to find a hustle, something I can sell to get things I want, favors or, food mainly. So yeah, here it is. I can sell pencils, bro, because you have to check out pencils in there. You can't just have a pencil. Like, whenever it's time to go back in your cell, you gotta take back the pencil. But people like to draw. People like to write lyrics. People like to write their girlfriends. Like, I have it, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fucking take this back to the unit. Because I knew he wasn't gonna search me. I'm gonna be all good. So I pick up the pencils, but then I can't do it because this guy trusts me, you know. He brings me out. He, you know, fucks around, like takes me out of the unit. Like, it's a good dude, man. Like, I can't betray that trust. So I put the pencils down. About 5 to 10 seconds after I put the pencils down, he walks back in, and he's like, I saw what you did. I was like, yo, they're right there. I didn't stash them or anything. He's like, oh, I know, but you want them, don't you? Like, hell yeah, I want those fucking pencils. He's like, all right, well, I didn't see anything. I'm going to go throw these boxes away. Picks up the boxes and walks away. So I know at that point exactly what he's saying. He wants me to fucking take the pencils and sell them just for my own gain. I'm like, hell yeah. So I take the pencils, you know, put them on my waistband. Shortly after that, he's like, all right, let's go back to your unit. Takes me to my unit. They ask, did you pat search him? He's like, yeah, I just pat searched him. He's good. So I'm like, all right, go to your cell. Go to my cell, drop the pencils in. Now I have my hustle. Start slinging them shits, right? Jello here, chocolate milk there, piece of barbecue chicken there, blah, 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 blah. So those pencils were the only reason I got in my only prison fight. This fucking dumbass asshole, I just hated him, wanted a pencil, right? And word got around that I had them, so he was like, yo, like, let me get that pencil, bro. I want to rap for ICP, and, you know, I really get in my mind when I write down my lyrics, but I can't let my psychopathic side out in the day room, you know? So, like, I want to do it in my cell and write down my lyrics. So I'm like, nah, dude, like, I really don't like you, bro, so that's not happening, sorry. He's like, come on, man, like, please, like, I'll give you my whole pizza tomorrow. I'm like, bro, I love pizza. All right. And I'll give you a pencil when I get your pizza. He's like, nah, dude, please. Like, I have so many good ideas right now. Like, let me get that pencil and I'll give it to you tomorrow plus my milk. All right, I'll do it. So the next day, which was perfect that it was raining, we didn't actually move the cafeteria away, which makes it easier to trade food. His cell was right across from mine. We get our food, sit down. This motherfucker just tears up the pizza, just one bite, and then goes in his cell, shut the door, and just like fucking like, yo, fuck you, dude. I'm like, nah, fuck that. You steal from me, bruh. So, so the next day, I gave 2 pencils to these guys. It was like, yo, when I give you the head nod, I just want you guys to start a scene, like getting each other's faces, like start getting mad at each other and stuff, so that the staff all goes over there because I'm gonna beat the shit out of this dude. Now this dude was the laundry guy, so he did everyone's laundry. You give him the laundry basket, he goes in there. So he goes in there with 2 baskets of laundry, or 2, you know, laundry sacks, and walks in the laundry room, which is a dead zone, which had no cameras. I'm sitting there playing chess right next to it. I look at these guys and they like look at me and I'm like, do what you gotta do. So then they both like walk up to each other like, yo, fuck you, dude. Nah, fuck you, bro. Like this and that. Like, yeah, I'll fuck your ass up, blah, blah. So staff runs over there. Staff runs in there. I grab because I'm waiting for a shower. I grab my fucking towel and he's in there turned around just putting fucking laundry in the fucking washing machine. I wrap the towel around his neck and just like choke him for a sec. And then throw him on the ground and just start delivering left and right. Now, I don't endorse violence, but this is prison, son. So I started hitting him, just give him a couple wabba. He's like, dude, I'm sorry. He's like, you got the fucking pencil. I'm like, yeah, dude. Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Felt so cool. So I walked out of there. After that, they called a code on those kids, which means we all get locked down and stuff like that. And I was like, hey, shit, that wasn't supposed to happen. But it happened. So they called a code, calmed everyone down. This dude, I thought like he was like still in the fucking laundry room, so they pulled him out, took him back to his cell, and I thought this dude was gonna snitch, but thankfully he didn't fucking snitch. He lived up to his word, gave me my fucking pencil back. So I had gotten rid of all those pencils, whatever. That was my life, yo. More time passes. My caseworker pulls me into the office one day and says, I have good news and bad news. Okay, give me the bad news. The bad news is there's about to be a lot of changes in your prison stay here. Okay, what's the good news? The good news is you're going home. You're getting a parole hearing and you're gonna be released. I'm like, no fucking way. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Like, yeah, your parole hearing is in a week and a half. There's some things you need to learn for your parole hearing. They gave me a sheet with all my like casework and stuff that I had to memorize. And like, you need to meet your parole officer, and you guys are gonna have a parole, set up. They're they're gonna have a parole plan set up for you and stuff like that. So I'm like, yeah, I call my mom, I tell her, she's fucking excited. I still had, a month and a half left before they had to before I was supposed to get released with my level 4 and stuff. And yeah, dude, so time passes by. Now, during this week, oh yeah, this is the best part. During this week's stay, that kid that I fucked up for that pencil, his parents didn't come visit him or something like that, so he fucking, lost his shit, right? Stripped butt-ass naked in his cell, covered himself in shampoo, covered his whole ground with shampoo, and just started screaming, at the top of his lungs, yo, this guy is really psychopathic, bro. Just started, losing his mind. So they were like, yo, you need to cuff up, or we're gonna bring in, the riot team to come fuck your ass up. So he's like, yeah, I'm not complying. So sure enough, these dudes in fucking riot gear come in with tase his ass, beat the fuck out of him, pull him out, and take him to segregation. I'm like, damn, bro, that was insane. So shortly after that, I'm about probably a day or two before I'm scheduled to go to my parole hearing and shit. They pull me back in the office and they're like, all right, so we have bad news. What's the bad news? We kind of jumped the gun. You're not getting released. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean I'm not getting released? Well, with everything that's going on, we were allowed a certain allowance, and we kind of fucked up by telling you were going to get out because we were sure you were, but you're still eligible to get it at your level 4, which is in a month and a half. I'm like, dude, no. What the fuck? Are you fucking serious right now? And I just lose my shit. Fucking slam my hands on the desk, get up, walk back to my cell, slam my door shut, and I just start fucking just punching the wall, fucking punching, trying to break my fucking glass